Mr. Arif. Mr. Arif.
Sir, thank you, Speaker, sir. Sir, on behalf of CPI-M, I fully support this no confidence motion moved by Sri Gaurav Gagoi. Sir, it is the first time in the history of Indian Parliament that the opposition is moving a no confidence motion unanimously with the sole aim of bringing the Prime Minister of India to this August House to speak on a serious issue, that of Manipur, which is burning for about more than 3 months now. Sir, when we are shouting the slogan inside the house, Pradhan Mantri Sadan mein aavo, the Prime Minister was sitting in his cabin in a wall difference to this house. Sir, and he was thinking about how to divide the people again and again. And he was discussing with the 50 members group of BJP on how to use the divisions cleverly to win more seats in the coming elections. Sir, why our Prime Minister hesitated to come to our Parliament? Is it because you see all these opposition members in Parliament as your enemies? Sir, but I wish to remind you once again that we were also elected by the people just like you. Respected Prime Minister, do you know that world famous Time magazine published from USA had come out with a cover photo of you and described you as a leader of division? Sir, similarly, all the reputed media across the world compared our Prime Minister to Emperor Nero, who played his piano when the Roman Empire was burning. Sir, we know that the history of Indian Parliament, our Prime Minister has set the record of attending the House proceedings for the least time, and no one else will ever break that record. Sir, it was only after 79 days of the Manipur incident took place that you choose to open your mouth, that too outside the Parliament, and describe the incident as a shame in our country. In one sense, you were forced to open your mouth by the horrifying video of two of our sisters paraded naked by a mob which was aired world over. Sir, I would like to bring your attention to the Telegraph newspaper, which boldly portrayed your reaction as crocodile tears. Along with a comment, it took 79 days of pain and shape to pierce 56-inch skin. Sir, I wish to give a big salute to cartoonists who bravely drew a cartoon and editor-in-chief of the Telegraph newspaper who has shown the courage to publish it. Sir, I couldn't understand why our Prime Minister is so hated towards the media. Is it this fear? Why didn't he allow even important journalists to enter the Parliament? Everyone in the world can enter the Parliament, but journalists are allowed to enter the Parliament by drawing lots. Sir, is he still afraid they will spread coronavirus, which has lost its virulent nature months back? Sir, I am not going further more about the Manipur incidents, as all party litigation had presented the current situations. So when Manipur was burning here, the Prime Minister went to France and delivered a speech about world peace. Sir, when I heard that speech, I remembered an old proverb, sir. Although he lives in a urinal, his job is selling perfumes. Now there is no reason why we recognize as the Prime Minister of this country, because the Honorable Supreme Court has literally taken over the administration of one of the states in the country. Sir, the Supreme Court has appointed a retired Mumbai Chief Commissioner as an overall monitor, and CBI probe against the atrocities under the supervision of the Supreme Court, and also named a 3-member committees of former High Court judges to look into the humanitarian aspects. Sir, it is unprecedented in the history of India that the Supreme Court has taken stringent action against a state government, that too ruled by the BJP, bypassing the union government. If our PM had at least a bit of shame or a bit of pride left with, he should have resigned from that post. And by not resigning, he has proven that his 56-inch chest has no space to accommodate such noble and ethical feelings. Sir, are you not in control of the police, military, and the entire administrative machinery in this country? Why you are not taking any action when the weapons of the military is looted by the mob and using against the people? Exhibiting an appeal to terrorists to put the weapon in the boxes placed before the government officers, not enough to control the violence, is one of the joke of this century, sir. After Manipur, now it is turned to Haryana, where your own government paved the way from fresh communal clashes in No. And we saw your own alliance partner, Janata Party, Chief and Deputy Chief Minister Dushyant Chautala openly criticizing that the situation there gets worsened only because of your divisive politics. Sir, as if what is happening is not enough, the Honorable Prime Minister came up with another divisive agenda, that Uniform Civil Code. After you raised the discussion about the Uniform Civil Code, we saw different sections of the communities of the country expressing their concerns. Our Prime Minister and his right hand Amit Shah ji were seen calling on each and every such section and assuring them that they would be excluded from the purview of it. So you aim to just to consolidate the vote bank by dividing the society in the name of UCC. At last, sir, 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Sir, at last, it will also end up what happened to Citizen Amendment Bill. And then you are trying to ignite the Ganwapi Masjid issue through the survey conducted by the Archaeological Survey of India. We know that after Kashi, it will be Madura, and no doubt you will burn this country as a whole only for getting votes. But the secular forces have made their mind to save this country from the divisive forces. And sir, 2 minutes. Sir, and what? That why all opposition parties have entitled together. So they are united together to form Indian National Development Inclusive Alliance to save this country. Sir, and we will overcome Meenakshi Lekhi's open threat that I didn't keep quiet. ED will arrive at our homes.
That name should not go.
Perhaps,
you should not.
Sir, openly threatened in the last day. You might have heard. Perhaps you may still try to allow the continuance of the
There are specific rules.
Openly threatened in the house. You might have heard. Everybody heard.
The
newspaper published. Sir. Perhaps you may please intervene. I have only 1 minute. You may permit to complete.
No, that part will not go.
Maybe I may be permitted to complete. Only one, sir.
Yes.
Perhaps you may still try to allow the continuance of the Sri S.K. Misra as the lifelong director of ED to defeat India alliance. But I wish to remember you that how the people of Kerala has given the befitting reply by re-electing the left government on trying to defame it using about 9 central agencies, including ED, CPI, NIA, Central Intelligence, and even CNAG. And the experience was so different in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and West Bengal. We know you have changed the enforcement directorate to election duty by making mockery of democracy. And the one and only director, S.K. Misra, has already started the election duty for next parliament election. And we wish to remind that we were least bothered about ED. Our Prime Minister is now irritated with the word India. And he is trying to forget the slogan he raised before, Make in India, Start up India, Stand up India, etc. only because these slogans include the word India. Sir, it is clearly given up the slogan Make in India, that the job was addressed to the two big badabais like Adani and Ambani's. Instead, he is trying to explain the word India as East India Company and Popular Front of India.
Okay.
Sir, only 1 minute. Only 1 minute. This itself shows how he is trying to make communal divide using the word India. Now our PM is raising the slogan Quit India. And he don't know its real meaning as RSS leadership was against our freedom movement. I wish to remind him that the Quit India slogan was raised by our freedom fighters asking to quit from our motherland. So you can defeat this confidence motion by majority in the House. But we have strong conviction that we will pass the original no confidence against you with the support of the people of India in the next election. With this speech, I conclude my speech.
Thank you. Sri N.K. Premchandra.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I, on behalf of my party, RSP, and on behalf of India team, rise to support this motion of no confidence in the present government headed by the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. Sir, never before in our country's recent history has it gone through such scales of very palpable communal tension, violence, atrocities against tribals, women and children, and against the marginalized sections of the society and the people belongs to backward classes in the society. Sir, from east to west, north to south, different parts of our country are experiencing communal tension and violence, orchestrated by the political forces whose primary agenda is to encourage division among the people on communal lines and to have a religious polarization and thereby take political advantage out of the religious polarization. So recently in Karnataka and even in West Bengal, that experiment was done, but that mission was failed. But recently we have seen that in Haryana it is being experienced, and in Haryana they have succeeded in unleashing large scale of violence and creating a Hindu-Muslim divide among the people of Haryana that is being going on. Sir, the very strange thing to be noted is that the launch of the state's bulldozers on the victims and their properties after unleashing violence on the innocent people has become a familiar pattern of ethnic cleansing. Sir, demolition of the houses, the shops and the establishments after unleashing violence on the people, the poor innocent people, it has become the order of the day. That means the government and the administration is trying to distract the properties of the victims also. That is also being experienced. Sir, it is in this backdrop of such an extremely volatile situation we are forced to move such a no confidence motion. Sir, if there is any one entity singularly responsible for the happenings in India, who is none other than the union government led by the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. This government is solely responsible for all the happenings in India, including the political situation prevailing in the state of Manipur. Sir, I do hope that the peace-loving and the truly patriotic members of this House will definitely vote for this motion to protect our composite nationalism, our diversity, our democracy, and our sacred constitutional values. Sir, for the last 3 months, the entire world has been watching the extent of indifference, ineptitude, insensitivity, and total inefficiency in handling the violent situation in Manipur, demonstrated by both the central government and the state government. Sir, what better evidence is needed to prove the total inefficiency and ineffectiveness of the government at the center and the union government when we discuss about the Manipur situation and the lack of their commitment in handling the extremely volatile situation in a small state like Manipur? If the government is not able to handle the situation, not able to restore the peace, not able to maintain the law and order and tranquility in a small state like Manipur, then what is the efficiency and what is the double engine power of the government at the center and the state, and what is the strength of the Prime Minister having such a strong office of the Prime Minister? So the government has to explain this. Government is to answerable this. Sir, I had the opportunity to visit the state of Manipur with the team members of India, and had the opportunity to visit the people who are being affected due to the violence and the riots which has happened in the state of Manipur. So it is quite unfortunate to note that the situation in the state of Manipur is very, very pathetic. It is heartening, and it can be surmised as it is a grim in the state of Manipur. Sir, so therefore I urge upon the government, at least better late than never. Please act. The Prime Minister has to act. The Prime Minister has to speak. Sir, Honorable Chairman, sir, under what circumstances we are moving this? Just now, Mr. Arif has stated this no confidence motion. This is the first time in the history of Indian Parliament, in order to ensure the presence of the Prime Minister of the country, a duly elected Prime Minister of the country has to come to the House, or to ensure the presence of the Prime Minister. The opposition is compelled to move a no confidence motion. Is a strange thing which is happening in the parliamentary democracy. Sir, it is shameful to the nation. The Honorable Prime Minister, just half an hour before the House resumes, or the monsoon session starts, he made a statement outside the Parliament building, outside the House, And he has equated the situation in Manipur with the Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. So what tempts him to make such a comparison? Whether we can compare the situation in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh is equivalent to that of the situation in Manipur. So the silence of the Honorable Prime Minister, sir, after the incidents have started on 3rd May, and subsequently 3 Manbat has taken place through All India Radio. The Honorable Prime Minister has not even made a single sentence or a statement about the situation in Manipur. At least the Honorable Prime Minister could have appealed to the people of Manipur to cooperate with the government to restore peace and law and order in the state. What prevented the Prime Minister from making a statement? What prevented the Prime Minister from coming to the House and making an address to the House and to appeal to the whole people of India, not only to the people, in particular to the people of Manipur, to maintain peace and tranquility? So all this goes to show that something is there. That is why, sir, the people of Manipur, in particular the minority communities in the state of Manipur, is under the impression and having an apprehension that the silence of the Prime Minister is deliberate with an intention to achieve some political gains. So, sir, that is the allegation which is being made by the people of the Manipur when we have visited the state of Manipur. Sir, recently a highly respected and learned spiritual leader of Manipur has said, I quote, sir, little does our Prime Minister realize that he is taking India through the darkest days of our history. Only the next generation will be able to evaluate the level of insanity which we have been forced to discern, unquote. Sir, this is the statement of a learned spiritual leader in the state of Manipur in light of the incidents that have taken place. Sir, this is the situation prevailing in the state of Manipur. Sir, I am coming to, just now I am coming to the next point is regarding the Supreme Court judgment yesterday. Sir, I am very proud to say the India team's no confidence motion moved by Gaurav Ganguly, it is being ratified by the Honorable Supreme Court yesterday by its verdict. Because it is a ratification by the Supreme Court. It's a judicial ratification of the no confidence motion, because what the entire administration of the state of Manipur has been taken over by the Supreme Court. And you see the 3 major measures the Supreme Court has done, sir. One is the 3-member committee in order to look into the relief operations as well as the rehabilitation. And investigation by CPI will be done or monitored by the Supreme Court through the retired DGP of Maharashtra. Sir, is it not a no confidence on the union government and the CBI? Sir, is it not a no confidence by the Supreme Court that we are not believing CBI is not trustworthy? That is why the former DGP of the Maharashtra is being entrusted to look into the aspects and to report to the Supreme Court. Timely, it has to be reported to the Supreme Court also. See, if that be the situation, and another point, sir, the third measure which the government, the third measure the Honorable Supreme Court has taken, you might have seen that 42 police officers, not below the rank of the inspectors, from other states will be the members of the 42 special investigation team. Sir, the Chief Minister of the state of Manipur, Biren Singh, when the incident of naked parade of 2 sisters have come out in the viral video, what was his reaction? When it was being, when the press people has asked about the response of the Chief Minister of the state, what he has said, we are having more than 6,000 FIR has already been registered. We are not in a position to say what happened to it, what is the stage of investigation. Such an irresponsible reply from the state chief, that is the Chief Minister of the state of Manipur. That is the thing which has happened. That is why the Supreme Court, the House, the people at large have lost the confidence in the state administration. That is a definite fact. Sir, on May 4, this naked parade of these 2 ladies took place. When the FIR was registered, the FIR was registered only on 17th of May. That is after 14 days only the FIR has been registered. These 2 girls or these 2 ladies were captured from the police custody. And the police is well aware of the incident. Even after the police is not ready to take an FIR, and the FIR which was taken on 17th of July was a 0 FIR was lodged. And subsequently, when the arrest took place, that was on 20th July, when the naked video was become viral, or naked, the thing has become viral in the social media as well as in the public, only after that the first person is arrested and 4 other persons are arrested. That means madam was just now telling that why the video has been circulated. Suppose the video has now come into the public domain, it is definite that none of them would not have been arrested because of the attitude taken by the state government. Sir, how the people of Manipur will rely on such a chief minister? He is still continuing in power and he is still enjoying the power, and the people have lost the confidence on the chief minister. But it is quite unfortunate. That is why I am saying that 3 major measures taken by the or adopted by the Supreme Court to appoint a 3 women judges panel to look into the relief and rehabilitation, and investigation of the CBI being monitored by a Director General of the Police of the Maharashtra, retired DGP, and also 42 police officers outside the state of Manipur will be part and parcel of the 42 special investigation teams. Sir, what does the Supreme Court decision indicate? So both the governments at the center and the state are miserably failed in dealing the Manipur situation, in restoring peace and maintaining law and order situation in the state of Manipur. Sir, it proves that the constitutional machinery of the Manipur state is totally collapsed. According to me, it is a fit case for dismissal of that government by invoking Article 356 of the Constitution, but I do not support 356. We are against the 356. Therefore, I appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister, to the Government of India, to the BJP leadership, remove that chief minister at the earliest. At least that should be done from the part of the political leadership. Why you are still maintaining him? That means you are indirectly supporting the chief minister. That means you are indirectly supporting all the actions taken by the chief minister and the particular state government. Why he is still there? He has made a drama of resignation. We have all seen. I'm not going to it. So the highest court of this land is fully ratifying the no confidence motion moved by the India Alliance. That is absolutely there. Today also morning, Nishikant Dubey was talking about this is an unnecessary motion being moved. But the Supreme Court says the constitutional machinery of the particular state is collapsed. And the next responsibility is with the union government. It is quite unfortunate to say that the union government is not in a position, is not empowered to take any action on the state of Manipur. Even after the collapse of the constitutional machinery in the state, 160 people have been killed, thousands of people have been hurt, injured, and 65,000 people of Manipur has already been in rescue camp and shelters and thousands of houses were burned. People are in the relief camps also. The pathetic situation, the relief camp also, it is very, very pathetic. In such a situation also, suppose the union government, the government of India is not taking any proactive measures to look into the affairs and to combat and to restore peace, then what is the responsibility and accountability of the union government as far as this issue is concerned? That is the pertinent question. That is the reason by which we have given a notice of confidence motion. Sir, in this background, I do urge the government to take the following immediate measures. Number 1, I have already stated that to replace the chief minister with immediate effect. Sir, number 2, send an all-party delegation to the state of Manipur under the leadership of a cabinet minister. If it is possible to have the home minister. And number 3, sir, convene an out-party meeting to be attended by the Prime Minister to find out a political resolution to the basic issues of Manipur as well as the Northeast. And 4, rehabilitation and relief measures have to be strengthened and expedited on the auspices of the Government of India, Union of India. You cannot rely upon the state government. The Union of India has to step into the shoes of the state government to expedite the rehabilitation and relief operation in the state of Manipur. And 5, sir, it is very, very important that initiate proactive action on the part of the Government of India and the political leadership to build up the confidence building measures, because the people of Manipur, now an internal war is there. So internal war between 2 sects of the society. I am not naming anyone. In such a situation, the confidence building measures, we, the entire political parties, the government, we are all with the people of Manipur. We have to restore peace and tranquility in the state of Manipur, for which an all-party meeting has to be convened and political resolution has to be adopted. These are the points which I would like to highlight on the part of this Manipur issue. Sir, as far as other issues regarding the economic scenario of our country, because this is a no confidence motion, so the economic situation of the country has gone from bad to worse over the last 9 years. So the reckless decision on demonetization and hasty implementation of GST have broken the backbone of our economy. The agriculture sector is in total turmoil. Sir, with the highest ever recorded 8% unemployment growth and price rise has created unrest among the common people. Sir, 8% of unemployment growth rate is all the universal record as far as India is concerned, because such an unemployment growth is which is affecting the whole country, especially the educated youth. So our country cannot continue to live with this kind of irresponsible, insensitive and inefficient government longer. It is very difficult to survive with this government. So it is the right time to make the government accountable to the people through the House of People, for which no other better way but to vote against the government and pass this motion on the floor of the House. Sir, the House of People, Lok Sabha, is the representatives of the people directly elected from the people, the House of the People. The Prime Minister, the ministers, the government is directly responsible. Pardon, sir?
पारित करने के लिए वोट इकट्ठे करने पड़ेंगे.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. So my point is, sir, the House of the People is the right forum by which the government can be made accountable. So my submission is, there is no other option as far as opposition is concerned to opt for this no confidence motion, by which the government have to be made accountable. With these words, once again, I stand with India Alliance. Sir, India Alliance, that is Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance. Sir, we are yes, I'm concluding. Sir, we are transforming National Democratic Alliance, NDA, into India. That is the difference. We are making NDA into India, and for which, sir, the no confidence motion, I strongly support and stand with India Alliance to support this motion. With these words, I conclude. Thank you very much, sir.
सभा की कार्रवाई बुधवार दिनांक 9 अगस्त 2023 को प्राप्त 11 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है.